Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a literally massive recent discovery that's rewriting the ancient history of Southeast Asia. When we usually think of dinosaurs, our minds immediately jump to places like North America or Patagonia, right? Well, scrap that, because today we are heading to northeastern Thailand to unearth a hidden giant of the ancient world.
Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty staggering number, 9. 9 is the exact number of adult Asian elephants it would take to equal the weight of the dinosaur we're looking at today. Just picture that for a second. 9 fully grown elephants, all stacked onto a giant scale. That is the sheer, unbelievable mass of the creature that was wandering through Southeast Asia long before an asteroid wiped out most of the dinosaurs.
Section 1. Meet the last Titan, a prehistoric giant. Now, the name scientists gave this dinosaur brilliantly illustrates the blend of science and local folklore that goes into a discovery of this magnitude. They called it Nagatitan chaiyaphumensis. It combines the word naga, which, if you don't know, is a mythical aquatic serpent deeply rooted in Thai and Southeast Asian folklore, with Titan, referencing those legendary giants from Greek mythology. And that second part, chaiyaphumensis, that actually pinpoints exactly where this prehistoric giant was dug up, right in the Chaiyaphum province of Thailand. It's a name that perfectly honors both the creature's immense size and its modern cultural home.
The actual story of its discovery begins about a decade ago. Paleontologists were digging near a pond in northeastern Thailand when they unearthed a collection of massive bones. I mean, we're talking parts of the spine, a rib, the pelvis, and leg bones. As they pieced this giant puzzle together over the years, the reality of what they found became clear. They had uncovered the absolute largest plant-eating dinosaur ever discovered in this entire region of the world. It's a monumental find, a real game-changer that drastically shifts our understanding of the dinosaurs that populated ancient Asia.
Section 2. Sizing up Nagatitan, a massive footprint.
So, the really crucial point here is getting a relatable scale. It's one thing to hear a number like 27 tons, or, about 5,950 pounds. But let's consider the actual stats. Nagatitan stretched an incredible 88.5 feet in length, from the tip of its nose all the way to the end of its tail. To really put that into perspective, imagine standing next to this gentle giant. Its front leg alone, just the front leg mind you, is roughly as tall as an average adult human. You would literally barely reach its knee.
To anchor our 27-ton Nagatitan in the wider Sauropod family tree, let's look at how it actually compares to other known giants. Sauropods, as a quick reminder, are those iconic long-necked, long-tailed plant eaters. Think Brontosaurus. Now, Nagatitan is incredibly big by almost any standard. It weighed at least 10 tons more than the famously known Dippy the Diplodocus, which clocked in around 17 tons. But, nature always has bigger surprises. Even at 27 tons, Nagatitan is still completely dwarfed by the ultimate heavyweights of the dinosaur world, like the massive 60-ton Patagotitan.
But here's the thing. This massive creature wasn't just any generic long neck. Experts determined that Nagatitan actually belongs to a much narrower, highly specific family group called the Euolopidae. What makes this so fascinating is that members of this specific group have literally only ever been found in Asia. And even within this exclusive Asian family club, Nagatitan stands out. It possesses a distinct combination of evolutionary features on its spine, pelvis, and legs that completely separate it from every other known species in the group.
Section 3. A prehistoric river world, the ancient ecosystem.
Let's rewind the clock deep into the early Cretaceous period. Nagatitan lived roughly between 100 and 120 million years ago. This was a massive expanse of time when the landscape of northeastern Thailand looked, vastly different than the lush, tropical environment we usually picture today. Back then, this region was actually dominated by an arid to semi-arid climate. It was dry, it was hot, and it was windy. But believe it or not, this environment was absolutely perfect for sauropods, like Nagatitan. It's fascinating how perfectly adapted they were to this specific climate. Because they were so massive, shedding body heat was a real challenge for them. So they literally used their iconic long necks and sweeping long tails as giant biological radiators. The massive surface area of those body parts allowed the wind to carry off excess body heat, naturally regulating their temperature under the blazing hot Cretaceous sun. And they shared this windy river system with a wildly diverse cast of neighbors. The rocks where Nagatitan was found indicate they lived in what was likely a sprawling, meandering river system cutting right through that dry landscape.
You had smaller plant-eating dinosaurs roaming around, like iguanodontians and ceratopsians. Those are early cousins to the famous Triceratops. There were large, terrifying carnivores stalking the riverbanks and flying pterosaurs soaring overhead. And in the water itself, not just fish and crocodiles, but surprisingly actual freshwater sharks. It was a totally wild, rich, and dynamic world.
Section 4. End of an era. The last Titan.
So, a massive geological shift is exactly what gave Nagatitan its dramatic nickname. While it thrived in an early Cretaceous river ecosystem, as time marched forward toward the end of the dinosaur era, the environment changed completely. The entire region was flooded and transformed into a shallow sea. And because marine environments really don't preserve land-dwelling dinosaurs in the same way, the terrestrial fossil record in this part of Southeast Asia essentially hits a brick wall. The younger rocks laid down after Nagatitan are highly unlikely to contain dinosaur remains, so this majestic creature really may be the last, or at least the most recent, large sauropod we'll ever find in Southeast Asia.
Today, this incredible discovery stands as the 14th unique dinosaur to be officially named in Thailand, marking a huge point of pride and a major milestone for regional paleontology. And honestly, the best part? It hasn't just been locked away in some dusty laboratory. You can actually go see a staggering, full, life-size reconstruction of Nagatitan towering over visitors at the Dinosaur Museum at Asiatic in Bangkok right now. It is a fantastic way to truly feel the immense, overpowering presence of this animal.
I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder as we wrap up our explainer today. The story of Nagatitan shows us that entire lost worlds, massive creatures weighing as much as 9 elephants, can hide right under our feet, perfectly preserved by meandering ancient rivers. If Thailand's last Titan rested just below the surface before the region became a shallow sea, what other massive secrets remain buried beneath ancient rocks, just waiting for the next dedicated team of paleontologists to dig them up? The ancient world is vast, and I have a feeling we've really only just scratched the surface. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.